Akiba's Trip, or Akiba's Strip depending on how fast you say it, is actually the second game in the series by developer Acquire, more well known for their Tenchu Stealth Assassin series of games. Now, while this game was already released back in August for the North American market, it has only just been released for the European market, something that Australia is still part of. Not only is this game a love letter to Japan's famous Akihabara, or Electric Town district, but also a bit of a gamble in today's politically motivated Western marketplace. What am I talking about? Let's look into it a little bit deeper, shall we? Akiba's Trip features you as protagonist Nanashi, however this can be changed to anything you want, from famous busty pink-haired cultural icon Supersonico to a bunch of other characters from other Acquire games that I'm completely unfamiliar with. Regardless of your choice, you have been transformed into an energy vampire known as a Sin Thirster, whom prey upon the wandering otaku around Akihabara. You are then saved by Shizuku Tokikaze, a hunter of sorts of the Sin Thirsters. From there you join up with your friends at a gaming bar, and the mysteries surrounding Sin Thirsters and the mysterious Magai Mono organization unfolds. By unfolds, I mean you'll be doing one of two things. First is going through a lot of text screens. Thankfully this is cut down by an automation option which allows the scenes to play out just like it would in an anime, without you having to touch a button. Otherwise you have also fast forward in the traditional push X to continue method. Another bonus for this title is that all scenes are fully dubbed in either Japanese or English. Personally, I prefer the Japanese language option due to a personal dislike of Spike. I only have the Shinji Ikari voice Spencer. Also, there are multiple endings to the game that depend on your relationships to your friends and the answers that you give questions posed to you during the long expedition dumps. The other thing you'll be doing is fighting, and here's where the game has its biggest flaw and its most well-known controversy. The fighting mechanics in this game, while simple, are a pain in the butt to deal with when you have a group of 3, 4, 5 opponents. Otherwise, it's a very simple style, with each button being used for head, torso and leg attacks, plus your average block and lock-ons. Where things get controversial is the strip mechanic. The whole thing with Sin Thirsters is that they are like the common vampire. They can't handle sunlight too well. So your objective is to strip the Sin Thirsters of their clothing in order to defeat them. Now I know what you're saying. This is sexist, how dare you strip women of their clothing? Well, this is where Acquire is one step ahead of you. This is equal opportunity stripping. Both men and women get stripped here. It's only to their underwear, so calm down PC Crusaders. No perverted nudity here. Now I know this is still going to be seen as demeaning for some people, as this type of mechanic isn't exactly proper in today's society. But come on, it's just a bit of fun and it's something different. I applaud Acquire for taking the risk on this mechanic. The stripping mechanic also helps out with getting new clothing for your character, which helps you boost your stats, just like a typical JRPG. You can change into any type of clothing you get through the stripping of opponents and being crafted by your little sister or bought at one of Akihabara's 130 in-game shops. The shops are where the whole love letters thing I mentioned comes into it. Akiba's Trip features the most amazing recreation of any real-life area in a video game. Period. Acquire has taken everything they could and put it into this thing, including the more well-known locations like Taito Station or even Super Potato, the legendary games shop. Think of it as Google Maps on a handheld. However, there are a few exceptions where they will run into copyright issues due to popular J-pop band names or even other companies' logos and advertisements being featured in Akihabara itself. However, they replace these with unofficial parodies and replacement advertisement for their own games. Overall, Akiba's Trip is an enjoyable game. I really couldn't put it down, even with its flawed combat system. With multiple endings based upon your choices throughout the game, I know I personally will be coming back for more, because OCD. Basically this, like all other games, depends on what you find enjoyable. If you like weird and silly things from Japan, then this is the game for you. If you're a bit more uptight and think the stripping mechanic is a bit too sexist, or you can't really handle problems with fighting mechanics in large groups, then maybe you should skip this game. As always, the choice is up to you, the consumer.